Hey, all right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the sincere apostles and elders of a great millstone who are my teachers, and peace and salutations to you brothers out there preaching His word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Yahweh with another lesson. And man, just going to be going into why we need Yahushai, why we need salvation, man, because the earth right now is in a state of mourning, man, and these people are in a state of mourning. All right, especially you, Jake, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, man. You are living at the bottom of the barrel, working the hardest jobs for the lowest pay. All right, you're being painted as a face of wickedness. All right, you're being painted as the evildoers in the world and why all the bad is happening across the globe, man. All right, Esau, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, is pointing the finger at you for everything wrong that's happening, man. All right, and this is why we need salvation, okay? And so I have a couple videos I want to play for you. All right, to get into the scriptures, Lord's will. This lesson is edifying and uplifting. I'm going to start with this one, man, and just listen to what this guy has to say. He goes in to how a lot of people are feeling, man. All right, and I've been, what he says, I've been saying, everything that you're doing here, paying for your food, all right, you're paying for water, all this comes naturally. All right, the Heavenly Father gave these things to us naturally. All right, you're supposed to be able to grow your own food, supposed to be able to have your own water. All right, that's what rivers and everything is for. But because Esau came in, all right, and his lust, his hunger for money, all right, he's making you pay for everything. All right, he's making you pay for food, for water, all right, for transportation, everything here on the planet. He's turned into a price tag, man. All right, and if he could, hey, he's already selling air, you know. So just keep these things in mind, man, and think upon what this guy is saying. All right, because this is how everyone is feeling.
What we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this. That's just the way it is bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, and that's the sentiment that a lot of people are feeling right now, man. You know, you're working 9 to 5, 8, and that's a regular 8 hour shift. That's if you're able to make enough money to pay your bills off of just those 8 hours. You get your 40 hours a week. Most people are having to work 50, 60 hours a week to make ends meet. So we're living in some very, very detriment times, man. All right, this place is crumbling. People are starting to feel these effects. And so real quick, I want to grab this in the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. And it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And so that's right, man. The people are mourning. All right. And that's just one example. I'm going to grab another video of other people complaining. But you see that the earth right now is in the state of mourning, man. All right, and the people are in the state of mourning, and the earth as well, man. The animals beaching themselves, all right, killing themselves. Birds getting high for opioids, and this is nothing new, man. These are things that have been happening. Let me grab this in the book of Romans. All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 19, and it says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God." And that's right. Once our people fail, man, once you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, you true biblical Israelites fail, the earth went into mourning, man. All right, because they have forsaken the laws of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, which the laws of the Heavenly Father tell you how to govern not only the people around you and yourself, but how to govern the earth, man. All right, there's supposed to be a land Sabbath. After 7 years of you working on the land, you're supposed to give a full year's rest to the land. Esau don't be doing that. He be spraying pesticides. All right, making GMO seeds. All manner of wickedness that is upon the planet. And this earth, the people, they don't even know it. But they're waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, of the sons of Yahweh. They're waiting for Yasharallah to rise up and reign back on top, man. All right. And so it says in verse 20, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope." And so that's right, man. Once our people fell, the creature as well was made subject to vanity, man. All right. And when you get that word vanity, which I'm going to go ahead and grab. Salakia, vanity. That which is vain, futile, or worthless. All right, lack of resolve, futility, self-conceit, emptiness, aimlessness, right? So it says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, to emptiness, not willingly." That's right, man, because it wasn't the earth's fault that our people went off. It wasn't the animals' fault that our people went off. It was our own fault. So it says, verse 21, "Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh." And so that's right, man. So the creature itself is also going to be delivered when our people are delivered, starting with the elect and the 1/3, man. All right, once Yahweh Shai cracks some clouds open and raises us up, Lord's will, we're not only called, but we're chosen, then also the earth itself is going to be delivered as well, man, including the animals along with it. All right, the same thing that happened on Noah's Ark when the Lord told Noah to gather those animals and put them on the ark when he flooded the whole earth. It's going to be like that. All right, we may not gather all the animals together, of course, like Noah did, but we are going to be delivering the earth and the animals, man. All right, because Esau went around turning things upside down. All right, when you get in the book of Isaiah 29, it tells you that it shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. All right, meaning it's going to be broken to shivers. All right, and it's because of all the wickedness that was placed upon the earth. Real quick, before I continue, let me grab this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 5. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish." That's right, man. The prideful people that they were so damn prideful. Now they're languishing, man. All right. And when you get that word languish, all right, we're going to go ahead and grab it. It means to fail in strength, exhibit signs of approaching death, be listless, pine, grieve, fall ill, be weak or faint. And that's exactly what's happening to the earth and the people that are living on the earth, because the people who are in rulership, they're wicked, man. It tells you in Micah 2 that they practice it every morning when the light comes. They practice it upon their beds, man. Practicing wickedness, putting pesticides in your food, man. All right, putting GMO lab grown meat. All right, giving you all manner of polluted food, polluted water, polluted air. They spray chemtrails in the air, trying to block out the sun, putting aluminum in the air. All right, all manner of evil that's happening, man. They make you work these dead end jobs. All right, which beforehand you might have been able to create a career, but in these times, especially in these times, you can't, man. And so it says, verse 5, Isaiah 24 and 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And so the earth is defiled because they transgressed the laws. The people of the earth, starting with you Israelites, have transgressed the Heavenly Father's laws, man. All right, you didn't take care of the things that the Most High told you to take care of, and because of that, hey, we got our ass handed to us. All right, and now the whole earth is in a mourning state. And I actually looked this up in ChatGPT. I asked, would you say the humans of the world are in a state of mourning? It says yes, in many ways. The world does seem to be in a state of mourning right now. It says not always the kind that comes with funerals or tears, but a deep collective grief of the spirit. Woo! People mourn. It says lost peace as wars, violence, and political chaos spread. Lost truth as deception and confusion dominate public life. Lost connection with isolation and division growing even in families and nations. Lost innocence as corruption and wickedness are normalized. And that's right, man. So all these things are taking place. And so people are in a state of mourning. All right. Real quick before I continue in that, let me grab that definition of mourning, or I'll just grab mourn. That word mourn, it says to feel or express sorrow, grief, or regret. Bemoan long after. Be anxious about. Be careful. It says to remember sorrowfully. All right, and so they are regretting the decisions that they've made. All right, they're bemoaning themselves. They're longing after peace. All right, they're longing after something better. All right, which Yahushua is going to deliver that. All right, this is why we need salvation. All right, so continuing it back in this chat, it says lost creation as the earth itself suffers from human greed and neglect. That's right, man. You got pollution everywhere. People throwing their trash in the oceans, just throwing trash everywhere. Animals randomly dying. All right, you drive these cars that spread out, what is it, CO2 or whatever it is. All right, they fill the air with the carbon monoxide, if I'm not mistaken. It says it's like the world is sighing, groaning, as Romans 8:22 says. The whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And so the whole creation is groaning, man. And we're about to get back into that. But the whole creation is groaning, man. Animals dying, people crying. All right, there's death and chaos everywhere. All right, but when Yahushua returns, when the Lord raises our people back up, all right, and sets us back on top, starting with the elect and the 1/3, everything is going to be restored to its natural state. Okay, so jumping back to Romans 8 and reading verse 21 again, it says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. And so we're still waiting. All right. And we ourselves, we grown, man, complaining about our job. Hey, sometimes our family pisses us off, complaining about the scoffers. All right. Just complaining, man. All right. And it's all because of the way that the world is currently being ran. It's the earth needs new management. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to give that new management, man. All right. The Lord is going to go ahead and take this kingdom. All right, with using his elect and Yahushua and his elect. All right, and restore it to its natural order. All right, let's grab this in the book of 2nd Ezra 11. All right, and we know, all right, that this is talking about Rome. Okay, but you can equate it to now as well. All right, because that which was then is now, right? So 2nd Ezra 11 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 44. It says, the highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, which that was talking about Rome. All right, but the same thing is happening now. So you can also equate it to America. It says in verse 46 that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. And so the earth itself is waiting for the judgment and mercy of the Heavenly Father, man. Just like we are. All right, we're waiting for Yahweh Shai to crack them clouds open, and we see the signs that it's almost here. All right. And so from here, I got another quick video I want to play for you, and then we'll end it off soon. All right, I'm not going to play the full thing. All right, but from the title, it says the American economy is crashing and everyone can feel what is coming. All right, and what can they feel? Hey, they're being taken out of their comfort zones. You're going to hear them cry and complain and bemoan, man.
I'm going to show you exactly what's happening through 11 videos from regular people watching their lives crumble. Now, these aren't complaints, these are economic indicators that Wall Street doesn't want you to understand. Let's start with the absolute worst case.
Hey, just gonna throw this out there. If you've never had to choose between eating something or being able to pay your rent so you don't end up homeless, I really don't give a fuck what your opinions are on government assistance. Because if I'm gonna put this into a realistic perspective, my husband and I both work over 40 hours a week, right? Full time. We're not freeloaders. We're not lazy freeloaders. We're not one of those damn illegals taking our money. No, we are natural born citizens working, honestly, realistically, each closer to 60 hours a week. And it's still not even close to enough.
Oh, the market is booming. It's huge.
No,
And these Edomites are feeling it, especially because while they're not super rich like the elites, man, they were living it up, man. You know, they're buying foreign vehicles. They're buying $500,000, $600,000 houses. All right, making six figures. All right, they're making money, and now all that's being taken away from them, right? So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Where is he at? I seen it. Check this out.
And that
Viagra and Cialis,
Salakia.
they increase blood flow down there. That's why you can physically perform, but they...
Damn devil.
actual data, here's the chart that predicted 2008.
Major warning about what's going on in the American economy right now. What we're seeing right here has only happened 3 times in the past 20.
It's not this guy. Right here. Salakia.
These broke people.
A super interesting recession indicator I've been seeing on TikTok is the type of ads that we're serving. Not just the type of ads, but the language used to coax people in. I've been seeing gambling ads where it's like, hey, go earn extra spending money. I thought gambling was so that you could win big. I didn't know gambling was so that you could win extra spending money. The solitaire ads telling you that you can earn grocery money for the week. Hey, go play this and earn $200 a day, or go play this and earn your grocery monies for the week. One, you're not going to win. If you think that those are like, it's not real, you're going to lose. But the favorite is the one where it's like, go use this app to get enough spending money to go buy the smoothie you want. Predatory loans to buy micro purchases, little $10 to $15 things. Wow. And it's always like some, 20-year-old, 25-year-old woman that's like, oh, I'm broke, but I totally wanted a sweet treat. I'll just use such and such scammy ad and I'll go get my smoothie that I wanted for the day and take care of myself. Marketing teams are getting super nefarious, but man, if this is not a sign of how bad things are, that you are trying to scam people into predatory loans so that they can go get smoothies, right? People used to get scammed into predatory loans so that they could go get cars and so that they could go buy expensive things. We are in a world today where we are trying to scam people so that they can go buy things that cost $12. And it's kind of terrifying.
these people, they're in a state of mourning, man. And they don't understand why. The prophets are out there on the highways and hedges. They post these epistles. They let them know what's going on. All right. And they don't pay attention. All right. They think it's just, it's the government. It's this, that, and the third. No, man. First and foremost, the Heavenly Father is making moves. And second, Esau he's squeezing. It's like a clamp. If you brothers and your sisters might know what I'm talking about, where you get a clamp, it could be a C clamp, any type of clamp where you squeeze it or you twist a little screw and it gets tighter and tighter. That's exactly what Esau is doing to these people spiritually, man. All right. And they don't even notice. But we're here to tell you that this is because the earth is under poor management. All right. The scriptures tell you, let me grab this in Wisdom of Solomon 6, that you need to govern the earth properly. But these kings, they don't govern the earth. All right. The elites, they don't govern the earth properly, man. They're doing everything for the love of money. They're trying to get every cent, every dime out of you, and ultimately to try and control you, man. That's why they're pushing their NWO so hard to chip you. All right. And this is why we have to pay attention. We have to pray that the Heavenly Father delivers us sooner rather than later. All right. But this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. And I'm going to start at verse. Bear with me. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of Hadawan, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahweh. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. And that's right, man, because they haven't been judging aright, man. All right, they've been taking bribes. They've been oppressing the widow. They've been oppressing the fatherless children, the orphans, man. All right, they've been committing all acts of wickedness. And so therefore, when the Heavenly Father sends his son Yahweh Shai to return, all right, things are going to be restored, but it's gonna take place by way of Esau's destruction, man. All right, because he has not judged it right. The power that was given to him, he abused it. All right, and he took the children of Israel and completely destroyed them, man. All right, just utterly annihilated them. All right, he buck broke them, gave them to gators as bait. All right, he wrote books on how to cook them and how they taste. Okay, he put them in Indian boarding schools, beat the heritage out of them, changed their language, changed their names. All right, just completely destroyed our people, man. All right, and then after that, he went and he changed the laws. He started making GMO food. All right, started putting poison in the air. Started doing all manner of wickedness. So the Heavenly Father has to come back and correct these things that Esau has put out of order. All right, and it's going to take place by way of judgment. And when these things take place, when Yahweh Shai returns and cracks some clouds open and judges Esau, everything is going to be restored, man, to the way that it should be. The earth is going to be refreshed. All right. And so with that being said, man, I pray that this lesson was edifying and uplifting of the spirit. Know that the earth needs new management. All right. And know that when Yahweh Shai returns, things will be restored to its natural state. All right. Everything will be made glorious, man. The Heavenly Father is going to refresh the earth once this devil is taken down. But right now, the people are in a state of mourning. Why? Because the wicked are in rulership. All right. And so once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I pray that this lesson was edifying and made sense. Pray I wasn't all over the place. And until the next time I say, Shalom.